Beauty is truth, truth, beauty. That is all you know on earth and all you need to know. These are the words of the English poet John Keats. Perhaps that's why Thomas Troward included beauty in his seven aspects or qualities of God. Once again, they are light, love, life, peace, power, beauty, and joy. I've been discussing these seven qualities in Troward's list. Today, as you probably guessed, is beauty. What did Keats mean by beauty is truth, truth, beauty? Perhaps something similar to what Emerson meant when he wrote, "Beauty is ever that divine thing that the ancients esteemed it. It is, they said, the flowering of virtue." Now, clearly, this goes beyond physical beauty, as wonderful as that is. The simple experience of looking at someone or something that's pleasing to the eye is pleasurable and can be quite uplifting, simply in the appreciation it brings forth in us. A beautiful song can have the same effect. But as wonderful as that is, there's so much more to beauty than that. Dr. Oliver Turrell of Loughborough University writes that beauty is all we need in order to discover truth, and truth itself is beautiful. This is all we mere mortals know, but it's all we need to know. He goes on to say that implied in these last lines of Keats's poem is a suggestion that we shouldn't attempt to find concrete answers to everything. Sometimes the mystery is enough. Fred Allen Wolfe, one of the scientists in the movie What the Bleep Do We Know, says that the real trick to life is not to be in the know, but to be in the mystery. There's a beauty to the mystery. The mystery is the creative process, the simple faith that all is well, and the highest and best is here, even when we cannot see how, and all evidence suggests the opposite. But that's when we create good. That's when we create our good, which is a process of beauty, manifesting a thing of beauty, even if we don't yet quite know what that thing is. It's been said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's true. But it goes deeper. Beauty is in the mind of the beholder and the soul of the beholder. And when we view it correctly from our own depth, as the old song told us, everything is beautiful in its own way. To quote Emerson again, when the act of reflection takes place in the mind, when we look at ourselves in the light of thought, we discover that our life is embosomed in beauty. Behind us as we go, all things assume pleasing forms, as clouds do far off. Not only things familiar and stale, but even the tragic and terrible are comely as they take their place in the pictures of memory. But not just in memory, I think, in our consciousness, here and now. We are conscious in more than one way. We think and we feel, and it takes both. We are told in the Bible to look upon the true and the beautiful. As we know, what you focus on expands. So as we look upon the true and the beautiful, there's more beauty to behold. There is beauty in the process of creation. That process can be a struggle at times, but the creative person moves through the process driven by the pursuit of beauty. Stephen Sondheim's song Move On from Sunday in the Park with George makes this point. George, the main character, is a painter, Jules Surratt. In the song, he is reminded that, as an article by Linda Holmes, no relation to Ernest that I know of, on the day of Sondheim's passing said, "There is no certainty in trying to build beauty." And an artist continues anyway. As the song says, stop worrying if your vision is new. Let others make that decision. They usually do. Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter if your vision is new. One of the most famous quotes in the Bible is, "Behold, I make all things new." T.S. Eliot said that immature poets imitate, mature poets steal. You take a song lyric, a bit of poetry, a quote, and you make something new out of it. As the philosophers say, you can't step in the same river twice. That's because both you and the river are flowing, and the water you stepped in is downstream now, and so is the you who stepped in it. But what matters is that it's yours, and it's a vision of the highest and best. That's what spiritual mind treatment is for. It's what any form of prayer is for, to see the highest and best, to see the beautiful in every circumstance, in every situation. What Ernest Holmes called the truth back of the condition. On the website of my alma mater, Hillsdale College, is this statement: "The good is possible only in the light of truth. Not truth as it's often defined today by personal preference or popular consensus, but truth as it is, independent from opinions and emotions. And where goodness and truth exist, there you will find beauty." We were created for a purpose. That purpose is not left to chance or whim, but was determined by our Maker and written in our nature. Our purpose is to seek truth in order to discover and to act on what is good and beautiful in this life. Reverends Marsha Sutton and Lloyd Strom have said that beauty is how love looks. Joy is how love feels. Which leads into next week's talk, the conclusion of the series, Joy. But that's for next week. Can you find beauty in everything? I challenge you to look for it this week and to remember that beauty is truth, truth beauty.